Mad comfortable.
Yeah, you ain't in your typical wardrobe, boy.
No, not at all, bruh. I was like, man, let me just throw some Senegalese stuff. Yeah. You know, Senegal about to come out here, y'all.
Yeah, well, you know, we just had a game today. We won.
What you doing, Vision all in the...
Hey, what,
hey, y'all in the...
What's Suge Knight say? He said you and the executive producer. That's all in the videos.
All in the...
Come to Death Row.
We just flowing with it. We just flowing. It's a different... we doing something a little different.
Come to Death Row.
Y'all watch... what's bruh name? He the dude from Chicago. Schooly, funny dude. He was doing an interview. Not J-Mane. Nah, I don't know.
Who you talking about? What you say? He's from Chicago and what?
He from Chicago, long head, funny bone.
Skin bone?
Skin bone. He had put that one rapper on.
Oh, Blueface? I was just watching
Nah, not Blueface.
Who?
Oh, bro, really?
Nah, dude. He a dude, though, with the grills.
You say he put him on?
Yeah, he put him on the, they was on the podcast. And his dad was interrupting the show. Dad come in, yeah, what's up? Talking, chopping up. Father don't know, like they recording and everything like that. So, but he was clowning though. That's what it reminded me of when he just did that.
I just seen a Skinbone interview with Blueface that I was just watching
Who is Blueface? Oh, Blueface.
Yeah.
Chicago. I'm not saying Chicago. California.
Yeah.
That song was terrible. I ain't gonna lie. It got catchy though. It got catchy, but that song was terrible.
Bust down, Tatiana.
Nah, but I think we in our comfort today. Like Senegal, I got to represent Senegal, brother. We coming to New York. What do you think about that? Look, the Senegal Morocco thing, bro.
Yeah, right? Bro. Hey, you know in Wolof how we like call Arabs, like we call them nar.
Nah, y'all call them nar. Like the bread?
Huh? Like not naan, nar.
Nar. Okay.
So they like with this Morocco thing, bro. It's funny but not funny. But they said in the Quran, Allah Subhanahu wa Taala said, "Fi nari jahannama." They said that's why they was saying because the nar they just be pulling stuff, bro. Like,
out the bag.
Come on, bro. Like just take your L, bro.
I think you know what. I think we got to talk about what led up for Senegal to even walk out. Yeah. It wasn't just the penalty.
Yeah, it was what happened before that.
It was since kickoff.
Yeah, like
I feel like they was cheating since
the practice situations, them getting off the train with no security, F-court, and come on. It was a built up thing, bro.
Yes.
And then like we supposed to have a fair game, bro. Like y'all missed a call down there.
Yep.
And then y'all call a penalty down here.
Yep.
Like
I think it talks about the corruption though. I think there was a lot of bets being placed there, a lot of money on the line. Yeah. I think probably some gang stuff, part of that process and everything. So I think the same thing with Cote d'Ivoire too. When Cote d'Ivoire won, when Cote d'Ivoire beat Senegal, I thought it was fishy because the way the way the rest were playing it. And when Cote d'Ivoire, I forgot who they played next after Senegal that year, but that game was fishy too. I'm like, when Cote d'Ivoire won and beat Senegal, I'm like, Cote d'Ivoire gonna win it out because one, it's in their country, and two, you beat the best team in the whole thing. So that was like my position. I'm like, man, they doing some fishy stuff. Cote d'Ivoire did some fishy stuff, and I'm gonna say Morocco did some fishy stuff.
You know what's so crazy, bro? Like, I was in Africa like before some of this stuff happened, bro. And but I found out basically Morocco had basically applied to be a part of the European soccer thing and not even be a part of AFCON.
Really?
And they got denied. That's why they even a part of AFCON. So they basically try to disassociate themselves from Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that's they've been colonized, bro, mentally.
Yeah.
They've been colonized mentally, you know, and even the skin color, I think people start to resemble the skin color as an identity instead of the actual continent.
Facts.
Like, you African, nigga.
Yeah, and they think just because you got, you know, you look like you from Spain because you and Spain so close. You look like you Spanish, but you
I mean, you could say Spanish because we could say, because Arabs, like when we go into the history, like Arabs, they were in Spain. Like a lot of words in Spanish are influenced by Arabic. You get what I'm saying? But I think it's a self-hate too at the same time, like for you to not want to be in your African roots. And I think that shows the dominance, the psychological dominance of what Europeans have been doing to the African minds to make them hate each other to the extent like, I don't want to be part of this continent. I want to be part of this continent. It's like, damn.
Do you find it crazy that you got Africans calling other Africans monkeys. Like, just because you're a lighter African, you'll call another African monkey. Like, that's how crazy of the mental, the mental colonization. Like, it ain't even, like, I don't think anything is physical anymore. Like, I feel like the physical part left the system where you don't even got to be there. It's just all mental now. It's like mindsets.
My bad, but I got this, like, I'm doing this little, I don't know what you want to call it, a template, whatever. It's about liberation. And I was talking about, like, liberation. It ain't even, like you said, it ain't physical no more. Ain't no white man holding you back physically, but it's mental, it's spiritual, and it's psychological. And the problem is that we been eating from the wrong source. So, like, or I like to say, we've been biting off the wrong tree or the wrong apple that God has forbidden us.
Forbidden fruit.
We've been eating the forbidden fruit, and the reason it's forbidden is because the ideas that we attempt to embody don't come from what God has given us. It comes from people who disconnect themselves from God. Matter of fact, these people think they are God. They above morality. So when we, the people, start to partake in their ideology system, we fail, right? And we fall from society. But when Adam fell, the whole human society fell. So if we keep eating off this wrong apple, I'm gonna fall. Whoever follow me gonna fall, and that leads into even like we was talking about your flock. Where your flock gonna go? You know what I'm saying? If you eating off the wrong tree, we eating on the wrong concepts. Their concepts they start you in scarcity. Allah puts us in the garden first. Before Allah put us anywhere, He put us in Jannah. It was us that Bani Adam that made the decision to fall out of heaven. So these concepts that they present to us, whether it's self-hate, whether it's economics, whether it's spiritual, we have to be careful of what we take from them, because we're gonna fall from heaven. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start from scarcity, and I think that's what the devil does.
I think a lot of people don't understand is when you have a leader, you can't just be a follower. You gotta be a following leader. Now let me break it down, right? If you a follower, that means you going wherever the leader takes you.
Okay.
Now let me give an example, right? When you at the masjid and you in prayer, right? The imam is what? The leader of the prayer. Everyone behind the imam is following the imam in prayer. But that first row of people, when the imam make a mistake, they all just keep going. When the imam make a mistake, a following leader will correct the mistake. So now saying, if I'm leading us down a path, and this path is not the right path, if everyone behind me is following me down the right path, we're all gonna fail. But if someone behind me says, hey, leader, this ain't the right path, then that'll guide everyone back up. That'll save us from whatever we would have faced right there. So we got a lot of people blindlessly following. So you gotta,
The land suffers, and how the land suffers when you mislead the sheep. And when you mislead the sheep, the land suffers.
Because the lamb is the offspring. That's the generation coming up. So if this generation going the wrong way, the generation coming up going to be following that wrong way.
And even for the leaders, this goes into knowledge, because the leaders that are the followers that are leading as well, they have to be informed. Like you have to know to be in that front line. You have to know the Quran.
Facts.
Can't be ignorant.
You cannot be ignorant. Ignorance is not bliss in our religion. It's actually sinful to stay in ignorance, because ignorance is gonna hurt you. If you don't know that we on the 5th floor, you walk out this window, nigga, you gonna meet reality. Your face gonna hit the damn ground. You get what I'm saying? So like in order, like you said, in order for the leaders, in order for the followers to also be in this place of leadership, they have to be informed. Right? But we gonna say that you got to be informed of the word of God in these cases.
Also, to be a leader, you can't have an ego. You can't be like bigger than the program. 'Cause at the end of the day, there's a program wherever you go. You can't be bigger than the program. You're not bigger than the program. You can't have the mindset that you're bigger than the program. You got to be able to, you're the leader, but you got to be able to be corrected. You got to be able to, take criticism or whatever. But you can't just be so full of yourself, so big-headed where someone may tell you something, you may know they're right, but just the fact that you don't want to feel like you're being minimized, or you don't want to feel like they're trying to take your spot, you won't accept that, you know, that guidance.
I think that's a lot of healing. Like,
I was taught to treat the janitor like a boss. Everybody plays a role to keep you from taking a loss.
Facts.
that's your song.
Yeah,
Nigga.
It's gonna drop.
Facts.
Yeah, you,
Facts.
yeah, you agree?
All right.
No, I love that. I love that. I remember, like, continue off that. Like, I remember I seen like a meme where it was talking about if my friends treat the waiter wrong, I know they're not a good friend.
Oh, yeah.
I said, damn, that's true, bro. Oh, I gotta stand up for this, brother. How you feeling, brother? I'm blessed, bro. You all right? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you, bro.
Yes, sir.
This our brother EA. Go say what's up to EA. It's Suleiman, right?
Sule.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Yup.
We good. We
Record.
record.
We're shooting our
We
podcast.
record. You good? You good. Introduce yourself, bro. No, introduce yourself.
We shooting. Now you good, brother?
You good? Introduce yourself. We ain't editing this shit. No, we ain't editing it. We keeping it. Introduce yourself.
Now you good, brother.
Nah, you good.
Yeah, right here.
That's right here, yeah. Ramadan Mubarak too, my brother. See, I like those. Like that shit. That shit live. That shit live. What we talking? Oh yeah. You was about to say something when I said, damn, you changed your seat chair?
Huh?
You moved the chair? It was like that.
Yeah.
Nah, that shit moved.
It did.
Nah, I don't know. I'm tripping.
I just got up and shook his hand and sat back down.
Damn, I don't know. What I was gonna say? No, you was about to say something when I said I watched I seen a meme where if my friend treat the waiter,
you said the waiter wrong.
I know that's a bad friend.
And I was just agreeing with that. It's because like, at the end of the day, you can't look at someone's role. You gotta see them as a person. So if you're gonna mistreat someone because of their role in said environment, because like EA say all the time, you gotta play a role, but like the restaurant can't operate without the waiter.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean? Like someone could cook the food, but if it ain't no one to bring it to your table, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. When you see what waiters do, like they walking out the door holding a bowl here, you feel me, some in here, and they manage to bring it all. Like, bro, that's not something like someone could just say, all right, I'm about to, you're gonna drop all that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can't just devalue someone because of their role, because each role matters. But it's like, as important as the CEO of the restaurant is, the host, the chef, the sous chef, the person washing the dishes, the waiter, they all play an essential part. So if you're gonna mistreat the waiter, I don't think you deserve to even meet the boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
right.
if you walk into a building, the first person you see is the doorman. If you mistreat the doorman, how you gonna go and see the big boss? You know what I mean? It's a gate. If you think of it like, you know, it's a Jannah, right? It's gates. Each gate you have to talk to someone. It's an angel guarding each gate. Each gate you have to talk to someone. So if you mistreat someone at the very first gate, you think they're gonna let you in and go to the other gate? Absolutely not. So it's like, you know,
Kick you out of that
treat the janitor like you treat the CEO.
I never heard that. That's the first time I heard that though.
Nah, for sure.
Just think about it. You go to a restaurant or something, you see the bathroom dirty, you're going to be like, oh, this place dirty. But that ain't got nothing to do with it. They might be short staffed because they don't have a janitor.
Yep.
But it's like,
If a janitor was there, that bathroom would be very tidy.
Very tight.
You know what I mean?
That's
It's like if you go to a hotel, ain't got no housekeeper. Bed ain't gonna be made, the towels ain't gonna be switched out, laundry ain't gonna be done. But then when you look at a housekeeper, you'll probably talk to them or look at them like they less than. But try going to a hotel where there no housekeepers at all.
You ain't gonna book the hotel.
You
ain't coming back.
You're not gonna want to stay there, bro. Like,
You ain't coming back.
you know what I mean? Imagine you step out your hotel room, you go out, you go party, you go do whatever, and you come back, your bed made, your towels replaced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How good that feel? You might just come back to your hotel room, there's crumbs everywhere.
Yeah, that's nasty.
You know what I mean? Like, so
That's a motel, yeah. That's
you know what I mean?
motel.
So it's like you got to understand, like, each role is very essential. And I talk about this all the time with people. I be like, when I talk about America, how the dynamic between man and woman is, and I'm like, bro, like, a lot of people talk about equality. I'm like, bro, it's not meant for equality. Like, it's meant for equity. So the difference between equality and equity means I can do everything you can do. A man can't do everything a woman can do. A woman can't do everything a man can do. But equity means we don't have the same resources, but we have the same opportunities. Meaning we both gonna get there. We both just gotta go through different obstacles to get there.
Yeah.
So meaning someone that's a janitor, as a janitor, you can, like say if it's a CEO and a janitor, the janitor, you might be at the very bottom of the hierarchy of the business, right? When you down, what's the only way you can go?
You up, nigga?
Up. When you up, what's the only way you can go?
Up.
Down. So like,
Yeah.
so if you at the top, that's why when you at the top, they say you can't get complacent, you can't get comfortable, because once you do, you're gonna fall. But if you're at the bottom, if you get complacent, you're gonna be stuck at the bottom. But if you work, you go, you respect your role, you enter. You ever seen a movie? I like referencing this movie. You ever seen the movie Pursuit of Happiness, right?
Bro,
you see at the beginning, he was doing his job for free. And now he at the very top of and it all started because what? He ain't had nothing. But the CEO of the company asked him for $5 to get into a cab.
He was willing to give it.
And he gave him that $5. And then he came back to the interview and he remembered that. He remembered that. And he started off at the very bottom. He's sleeping in a bathroom with his son, like, and
In the station.
In the station.
Subway station.
in the station, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, that was a fire movie. Will Smith.
You know what I mean? So it's
Jada.
like, bro, from when you at the bottom, the only way you can go is up. But the flip part of it, when you at the top, only way to go is down.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is it though?
That movie make you have a lot of appreciation.
Yeah.
Just for life. Like, you just appreciate life. Because a lot of, you feel me? A lot of those things you can't do without this or without
Facts.
that.
Yep.
You just gotta appreciate the small things.
I've been watching a lot of movies lately, bro. I've been watching Harry Potter lately.
Harry Potter.
Y'all watch Harry Potter?
I watched it when I was a kid. It used to be on Disney Channel. I watched it.
What is that? The Last Airbender.
Oh, Avatar. Yeah, I like that movie. That's the
The
kid,
one with
the
the
kid with the
forehead.
arrow. Yeah.
I need to watch that.
Yeah, I like that movie. I like
It's
it.
anime. That's considered anime, ain't it?
Is
You
it?
got the one you talking about. It's kind of like a real movie. Yeah.
Oh, they got the live.
Netflix.
Yeah.
It's a 4-part series. I think that's why they got good messages.
I ain't never watched. I be seeing like the messages on like on the reels and stuff like that. They be talking about like all the elements like earth, water, fire,
yeah,
all that.
wind.
Earth, water, fire,
I think air.
air. Air. So I've been watching those movies. I think Harry Potter is more like
It's like magic, magician.
the unseen reality.
Yeah.
That's what I think about. Like a lot of unseen realities, or even like he started in a world where his parents were famous, right? But he ain't know nothing about that world. Then he was dropped off as an orphan to like regular people, because witches and wizards are different. At least in the movie sense, they're different than the human world. And he was dropped off, and he ain't know that he was a wizard because his family kept it from him, or the family and this family was treating him like doo-doo, like it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? But when he finally got into school, right, to Hogwarts, he was placed in an environment where it allowed him to succeed. And the thing, even when he got there, everybody knew him, right? And mind you, he don't know nothing about himself. He don't know where he come from. He don't know nothing about his mother. He don't know nothing about his father. But when he stepped into this new world for the first day, everybody knows him. And he's confused because he's never been treated like that. But he was put in an environment that allowed him to succeed. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to start doing that. Like, we need to start, like, it's a concept I always talk about, bro. Like, planting the seed, like cultivating the soil, putting energy into that stuff.
Yeah.
If me or you, if you don't put yourself in an environment for you to succeed, you are directly your own oppressor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes to kids, like, I always wish that, you ever wish, like, you went to multiple different schools and experienced different schools?
Sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
I was like, I went to this school and went to this school and see how it was like there.
And how,
Yeah.
like just like with the knowledge I got now, I wish I went to like at least a year at this school, another year at this school to get this knowledge and go here, and just, and cultivate myself, I think it's kind of crazy. Not though I even like just me thinking now, like, I think it's kind of crazy that we at one school for like 12 years, 15 years. That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah.
It's the same system, nothing changing, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's crazy work. I think there needs to be like a redevelopment in the education infrastructure for us to, expand our mind.
And I think some schools are doing that. Like, you will be in one building from elementary, from like K to 5. Then you'll be in this one building from 6 to 8.
Yeah, but
and then you in this building from 9 to 12. Like, yeah, it's kind of the same, but like, it's like different environments as you go. Cause I remember when I was it was the same building from K to 5. Then I switched schools for 6th grade, and then I was in the same building from 7th to 12th grade.
7 to 12.
So it's kind of like, but like to go back to what you was talking about, like putting yourself in a situation where you're comfortable. It's like, bro, even in education, when I was in school, I went to school for education, and like education, they talk about putting the child in the least restrictive environment, LRE. Least restrictive environment, meaning put them in the position to succeed. Like say, for example, right, like if someone say they want to be an engineer and they're interested in mechanical studies, that they want to learn about building stuff, like you wouldn't put them in a course load of music classes. You know what I mean? Like you would put them in a situation where they're most likely to succeed. So, and I feel like a lot of us, we don't put ourselves in those situations. Or maybe the cards are not stacked in that situation, and that's fine, but like that least restrictive environment, like I think that's a very important part that people don't consider.
Let's take action on that, because...
I was about to say, do you think... Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think it's actually their fault, or are they ignorant and they just don't know...
That's what I was going to get into.
...to get where you're trying to get.
So I don't think it's anybody's fault that you're in the least restrictive environment, because one of the first things we got to understand is, as a child, you don't control nothing. You just a product of where you at. Like you don't control how your parents raise you, where you live, what you eat, what you do, what you wear.
They innocent in that nature.
But what I'm speaking on is, once you grow up and you are able to control those things, you can't be one of those victim mindset like we talked about. You can't be, oh, this is where I'm from, this is how I was raised, this is my circumstances. Then it's your duty to put yourself in the least restrictive environment, because as a child, it's the people that raise you that's in charge of putting you in the least restrictive environment. But at the same time, you got to understand, some people are ignorant, some people are like say our parents are raised in Africa, right? So immigrating here and then trying to raise us with that same African values. But so like in the household, we're getting raised with African values, but when we go to school for 8 hours, we're like integrated with people from not our culture. So now we learning from here, So now it's like we bouncing all over the place. So it's like, what do you take? What do you give? And then when you get home, your parents are at work. So it's like you're getting less time with your parents and more times with other people. So it's like, which one you think gonna really impact how you think and how you act and how you condone yourself? And then we like, oh, the culture is dying. People are losing the culture. People don't speak the language anymore. It's the fact that the home front is not complete. It's like what you're doing outside of home is overpowering what's going on in the home. So it's like you don't control it as an adolescent, but when you get older, like you have to take that initiative to get in that driver's seat for that to be possible.
So a lot of people just don't know, like, oh, this is what I need to do.
I think it's the exposure, bro. Like you have...
Like you said, you gotta go places. I feel like what you're saying, you gotta go to different schools just to see how somebody else wear their shoes, not to be a
How somebody else wear their shoes.
But it's just like, all the time they wear their shoes a little different than how they do it.
Yeah, they loose over here and a little tight.
And I think with life, like everything is unknown until you find out. You know, like it's stuff that's not unknown because it's scripture or advice, or you see, like say, if I see you put your hand on that hot stove and you burn yourself, I just learned that if I put my hand on that stove, I'm gonna burn myself. But there are some people that they have to touch it for them to know. So it's like, even if you don't go through something, you can learn from watching someone else or just being observant. And a lot of things, I think, is something, when you say you don't know, right? It's two types of you don't know. Is that you don't know just because you don't know, or you don't know because you don't even want to seek knowledge. You don't even want to know. You know what I mean? It's a difference between you wanting to know but you just don't know, and you just not wanting to know or not trying to know. You got to have that want to about it.
One of my favorite leaders, you know what I'm saying, 19 Keys, he did. Niggas be saying, like, bro, why you always mentioning him? I forgot somebody was calling me out there. I'm like, shut your ass up. But he was saying that, like, if you once you get to a point where you don't know, you should know that you should go learn now.
Yeah.
When you're at a stopping point where you can't learn, that is where you know that this is growth now. This is growth time. So you need to put yourself in the dark to go learn whatever it is. Bro, you could learn you might have a communication problem. You know, you might have a social anxiety problem. You might have a breathing problem. You might have, man, what are the things I learned? Like, it can be a spiritual deficiency. It can be, there's so many ranges of spectrum. Like I had issues just communicating with people at a time in my life. Like how we sitting right now, I'd be stuttering the whole time. So, people, they're not going to listen to that, but I had to put that into practice where I had to like install a certain confidence. How did I install a confidence? Well, I had to go read. I had to go through my insecurities. Like I had a negative self-image growing up. Like you was talking about earlier, like you home, this is your parents, but we go outside of home, you're made fun of for being African.
Yeah.
So like there's a point where you don't even want to be African.
Yeah.
I wanted my name to be Devin, nigga. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? And my name but now I'm to a point where I learned enough. Like my name, Abdullah, bro, that means servant of God. But I ain't never know that. I never knew that till I was like, but I promise like 2019, I didn't know what Abdullah meant. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, it's powerful.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
So that positive or that negative self-image, it changes your whole trajectory. So we need to learn how to input a positive self-image so that you can change your outcomes. You know what I'm saying? I forgot where I was leading to. I just jumped 2 different places. Yeah.
Do you feel in a way like it could possibly be your parents' fault for not establishing that?
Can I take this?
I don't.
Can I take this?
Go ahead. I'm gonna just say that. I'm gonna let somebody take it, but I don't blame them. Right. I'm not in a position where I like. I don't think they know. I think they just gave me what they knew. Right. And I think it's my job now to just take on the wheel. It's time to pass the baton. And that's all it is.
Bro, it's crazy that you asked that question because my next point was about to kind of target that. Like, I feel like each generation comes with a trial. And the purpose of that trial is for your next generation to not go through that trial. So let me give you an example, right? Our parents only taught us what they knew, right? What they didn't know is up for us to learn for the next generation. So now that you know what your name means and you got all this esteem of yourself, when we have children, inshallah, we'll be able to expose them to that. Like, yo, man, your name mean this. Like, you are this. Don't let nobody tell you that you less than this. Like, you are him. So that had to happen. Like, our parents had to be ignorant of that for us to learn it growing up so that we could apply it to the next generation. So it's not their fault. It's like they just taught us what they knew. And their parents before taught them what they knew. And then ahead, because it's evolution. Like, as generation goes on, it's like you take different stuff with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your great-great-great-great-grandfather probably was a farmer, right? Just an example. And then his grandson, great-grandson, was probably an engineer. And then, like, it evolves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't just keep going the same. Like, it's not linear. It's up. It got to be up. It can't just be like this. There's no evolution. There's no evolvement. Like, like, say before, right? Say if it is like y'all all farmers, right? Your great-great-grandfather probably used, what's it called? A kettle to water the plants, right? Then the next generation probably had a hose. Then the next generation had an irrigation system where you flip a switch and everything is watered at the same time. Now you probably got robots that's crawling around and spraying the plant. So you're doing the same thing, but you're applying different strategies to get it done.
That's what I call, to me, that's what it means to be human. Yeah. Because one of the conclusions I get to, that man is mind, your mind is your intellect, and your intellect is responsible. Its responsibility is to progress the society. So man is mind, your mind is your intellect, and your intellect, it is responsible. The function that it plays, the role that it plays in your life or our life, that it progresses society. So at first we were just, what was the transition, the progression you made? Farming. To technology farming, to robots farming, and robots creating some other shit. Yeah. It's always gonna be a progression, and we gotta understand that progression. Speaking of progression and identity, I love the Black conscious movements, because the Black conscious movements, we have to understand the history of why they were produced. One of the reasons that they were produced is because Black people have been stripped from their identity. They were stripped from their culture. They were stripped from their religion. They were stripped from their purpose. You get what I'm saying? So the Black conscious movement, they had this concept called knowledge itself, knowing who you are. And they anchor that by looking back into Africa, by looking into Egypt, by looking into Sudan, by looking into Timbuktu. And what that did is help the Black people understand that their history did not start as slavery. They started as kings and rulers and people who established laws. Where I'm at right now with it is I agree with their movement, but what I say is let's advance the understanding further. Because I don't think knowledge itself is just looking back at the Africa. That's literally that's one branch. The root of all of that is rooting your identity with God. And Allah has this ayah. It says, "Wala qad karamna bani Adam, honorable and noble you, O children of Adam." That is what we need to tie our whole identity by. If our culture does not reflect that ayah, it's problematic.
Okay.
If our hearts don't align with that ayah, that goes back to everything we just talked about when it comes to respecting the butler, when it comes to respecting the waiter, when it comes to respecting the janitor. You have to first respect human value. Why do we respect human value? Because God said so. I was listening to, we were just listening to Mos Def earlier. He said, you're not valuable just because of money and flesh. You're valuable because God said you were valuable. You know what I'm saying? So I think we got to start from there. And the culture that we are upon right now, we selling ourselves. Like we talk about white people, the problem, they ain't an issue, right? We got people talk about slutting bitches, hoes. That's the issue too. And they say the way we reason about it is because they bringing in money. So the dollar is the value of our culture, of our identity. Man, hell
everything glitter ain't gold.
No, it's not. So we have to rechange. That's why I want to make a demand of social change, of identity change. I think, like, for example, we talking about history, we talking about identity, right? I grew up in Lachlan. And growing up in Lachlan, one of the things they tell you of why they named Lachlan. Lachlan is the land of the locks. I-75 used to be a canal of rivers, of water, and they used to import and export all their goods there. Lachlan was one of the main power forces. So they got to distribute and they got to say who got power and who didn't. We want to get to the point where we don't own I-75, but we can own the influence to, especially in this content field that we in. A lot of the people that are entertaining our kids right now, they're clowns.
Yeah.
They're not educating them. They're not teaching them. They're not, they're not evolving them. They're not progressing them. Therefore, we're not even living up to our potential. But what we can do is create a demand for that. And when we create a demand for that, we can then influence the influencers to, let's say instead of having 100 people on live just bullshitting, we have 100 people on live like, let's read this book. Let's go study this book. Like and when it comes to studying books, you read the book, right? You'll read like 5 pages of the book, then you go research it. And what that does, that imprints on the mind of the student or on the child, like, brother, I need to be tapped in. I need to be well studied. I need to be well thinking. You know what I'm saying? I think we lose the ability to think as well. So I just ran it on that, but bruh, it's a lot to do. That's all I'm gonna say. And I think we gotta put it in our heart to know, like, yo, there's a lot of work we gotta do in order to get this ball rolling. We gotta reel it back in. Because there was a progression in the Black conscious movement, but I don't really see that progression now.
I think I know why.
Why?
Why
you think? Yeah, why you
when
think?
You said Black conscious movement, right? And after that, you said knowledge yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I think the problem is people satisfied with knowledge yourself. Knowledge yourself ain't enough.
Go ahead. I'm gonna see why you say that.
Knowledge yourself is not enough because you can know your purpose, you can understand all of that, but then the next step is applying that. Okay. So if you have knowledge yourself and you ain't doing nothing with it, what's the point? Like, yeah, having knowledge yourself is very important, but then it's like, what do you do with it? How do you apply it? How do you benefit the community? How do you spread that consciousness? Because if you have that consciousness amongst yourself and you're not spreading it to the flock, how is it going to advance? Where is it going? So I think the Black conscious movement was very strong until knowledge of self, and then it stops there. But where's the application of that knowledge itself. How do we apply that knowledge itself so we can move forward and then keep building towards that?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say knowledge itself is all of it. I'm gonna say knowledge itself is all we need, because, and this is why I say advance the sciences. What I mean by advancing the sciences is to advance the knowledge concepts. Because I'm gonna agree with you in the sense of knowledge itself ain't just what they thought it was. We have to expand the meaning of that, and when we expand the meaning of that, you know, when you change thinking, you change behavior. You know what I'm saying? So knowledge itself, when you really know knowledge itself, it takes you to a point, it takes you to a field where you have to take action. Because if you don't take action, you're not really living within knowledge itself. Knowledge itself is to know, like part of the branches of knowledge itself is to know your mind. But again, we don't know our mind just to know our mind. We know our mind so that we can leverage that, and we leverage that information so we can turn that information into productivity. You know what I'm saying? That's for me, like where I'm expanding it to, that's knowledge itself. You know what I'm saying? So and that's the difference between awareness and conscious. Aware is just to know it. It's just to know it. But to be conscious is to take action on that awareness. You know what I'm saying? And to be conscious is to benefit from that awareness as well. So that's what I would say.
So like, all right, so what I'm gonna say is, I feel like you can be conscious, but that doesn't mean you know how to apply it.
Nah, I'm saying, that's what I'm trying to say. Consciousness and awareness are two different.
Yeah.
When you conscious, you got to, it means you applied it.
So it means that you know how to apply it, or that you're willing to apply it?
No, that you applied it.
So where does that knowledge come from?
The conscious, when you're conscious, it means that you have applied that. Your experience, not consciousness experience. You cannot experience nothing that you just know. You have to actually experience the knowledge. You have to, once you know it, you have to go through it, and then you become conscious of it. So in order to be conscious, it's not just, I think it's Western thought. Like I don't even trying to even do that to the Western world, but Western thought, they minimize consciousness. They minimize it to just all you got to do is know this and no. When you expand the sciences, when you advance the sciences, now the consciousness is to take action. If you're not taking action,
it's not conscious.
It's not conscious. You're just aware of it.
Yeah.
You're in phase 1.
Yeah.
You haven't got to phase 10 yet.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
And I agree.
Okay.
But I think like what I'm saying is, you're taking action. Your knowledge of your purpose. You understand. You're conscious. You want to take action. You're taking action. But my thing is, who is teaching the action that needs to be taken?
God.
Like for example, how though? Like
Allah.
Like okay, so basically, like for example, right? Say if I say that my purpose in life to be an educator, right? Like yes,
God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put that in me for it to be my purpose, but I have to go through a series of things to be able to apply that, to first know that knowledge, apply that knowledge, and know how to. So I feel like Allah tells us what you're supposed to do, but like like for example, you have a map. Allah gives you the map, but doesn't tell you which route to take to get to the destination. You know what I mean?
Because the map is the route to the destination.
But what I'm saying is you got the map,
Right.
meaning, but it's different routes. So how do you know which is the right route to get to the? So basically, not the map. You don't have the map. You have the destination, but you have the destination. So the destination is given, but how you get to the destination? So now what I'm saying is, if you're new to this land, and you know where you got to go, and you have the consciousness, right? You want to take the initiative to get to that destination. What is helping you get to that destination? Like, how do you know which way to go, where to go? And that's what I'm saying is with the Black consciousness movement, we have people that's conscious, but where's that consciousness being spread? So now if I teach you how to do it, you teach him how to do it, he teach him how to do it, and then now we teach others, and then we all get to that destination.
I'm saying they're not conscious.
Okay, so
I'm saying they're not.
So
That's the term that they use.
okay.
I'm saying we got to advance the meaning of that term so we can get to its full meaning. I don't think they partially been conscious. You know how you got part truth?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think we agree on both sides.
Yeah, I think
I'm using their language.
I think okay, so basically what I'm doing, I'm giving the response to their consciousness.
Yeah.
And you're talking about what consciousness is supposed to be. And I'm talking about how that's what it is. Mature conversation, man. So basically, I'm critiquing their consciousness, and you're speaking on what consciousness is supposed to be. Exactly. So that's exactly what it is.
So let's talk about. I don't think what they got to something for just a little bit. Because they took some action on the things that they were aware of. But they didn't get to the whole point of something is to get to the fullest point. You want to get to the whole meaning. You don't want to get, like, again, this is the destination. You don't want to just stop at the gas station. You want to make sure you follow all the way through. And to have knowledge itself, they stop at Africa. Right? I'm saying, no, knowledge itself starts with knowing Allah. If you know Allah, everything else is clear. Complete. And that's what we got to advance into. So I like that. See, what would you say? Mature conversations? Niggas be, what niggas be doing?
That's that pressure, man. People can't deal with pressure.
And the thing is, like,
Diamonds,
when
bro.
you have,
diamonds.
when you have that conversation, you gotta put yourself in a certain level where you're not just trying to preach your point is right, but you gotta put yourself where you're giving, but you're receiving.
Coachable.
It's there. It's like,
What you say?
Coachable.
yeah, you coach up.
Yeah, I was young, my bad.
It's like I'm giving you information, but at the same time, I got to be able to be receptive of your information. Because if I'm shutting down everything you saying and just trying to preach what I'm saying, I would have never came to the realization that we're both saying the same thing. We're both saying the same thing.
You were just critiquing them.
I was just critiquing and I even started by saying, like, their consciousness is not consciousness because it's just a knowledge itself, and they stop there. And you're speaking on what it's actually supposed to be, and we both genuinely saying the same thing, but it just.
I'm just heard. I didn't caught that.
So that's why when you was like knowledge itself, I said, and you said that it's not progressing, and I said the reason why it's not progressing is because they stop at knowledge itself.
I'm gonna say that no, they stop at Africa.
And that's to them, that's their self. That's that knowledge itself. Like it's Africa. That's it.
And there's good reasoning behind it because again they've been stripped away from their whole identity. So for them, that was a good place, and that was a good place to start. Because if you want to start in Africa, let's go to Africa. Let's go. The stats say a lot of the people that were on the boats were West African. Now we say West Africa, we're gonna look at the Dakota Empire. We're gonna go to the Shakuta. We're gonna go into all the Muslim empires that established. So if you're gonna go there, please go there. And I think they a lot of them they stop. They don't look into the Muslim heights of consciousness because who developed West Africa? You gotta ask that question. If you don't ask that question, then I don't think you're genuine on your research. I don't think you're genuine on your purpose. And the reason I say that because part of their movement, it depends on who it is, some of their critiques is against Islam. It's like, well, you must misunderstood. The Europeans knew what they were doing. They enslaved scholars. They didn't just take anybody. They took people of knowledge.
They took the brain out of society.
Bro, they took the brain out of the
That's the only way to lead them into nonsense. You take the brain out of operation, it's easy to.
And there's history of a lot of those West African Muslims that came here were helping the white Europeans establish law here. But a lot of them will tell you, oh, they turned Christian. It's like, you know, damn well. They probably was forced, if anything, because, you know, nothing against Christianity, I'm a Christian. You feel me? But it's like, you know damn well they, I think the Europeans, they be having their ways, bro. They be having their ways where, like, they do anything to make anything make sense in their way. But I think he was coerced into Christianity. But when you look at his texts, he broke an Islamic text or Arabic text, and he wrote Quranic ayahs and everything like that. But he did help some of the white folks establish a society. That's history. Man, look up Mike Rashid. And he talks about Islamic empires. And Mike Rashid is connected to 19 Keys. Those are Muslim brothers that y'all gotta look into. Y'all not looking into them brothers. I'm telling you, you missed out on a lot of information. We talk about leaders and flocks being leaders. Those are the standards. These are the standards and stuff like that. So we gotta We gotta tap into that. How long we into that?
All together? Dinner hour. Yeah.
We can stop right there, bro.
Everybody say-
Look. Thank y'all for tapping in, though. We gave you an introduction earlier. Today we wanted to do like a different type of, we usually come in with some intention. Like, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about that. Today we was like, we just going to line it out and we go see where it goes. We got the comfort word of the day, comfort.
Comfort.
That's what it was today. It was comfort. It was comfortable. We gonna go out with the outro. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace to the believers.
Peace to the non-believers.
I'm prolific of the live. You're not watching New World Television.
Yeah. That was good.
Peace to the